is Yola, and today we're gonna read Ivy and Ben's story called Bound to Be Bad and starting at a good bad idea chapter. And we were gonna just start reading at that chapter and the end of reading at the next chapter. Now, are you ready for read this one book with a lot of stories? Now here we go. Now first we can read Ivy and Ben's story called Bound to Be Bad. And today we're gonna read a good bad idea chapter. As it turned out, Ivy and Ben didn't have to go to Crummy Matt's house because Crummy Matt was already out on the sidewalk surrounded by kids. There was his little brother Dino, who was 8. There were Sophie W. and Sophie S. and Lalina, who was Kathy's older sister. Kathy was sitting on the paper bag on Sophie S.'s lawn. There was a Crummy Matt's red Blister. Poor Blister. He wasn't very old, but he was tired anyway. He was tired because Crummy Matt was always making him do tricks. Ivy and Ben walked with the group. When they get closer, they heard Lalina said, "Matt, that's really mean. Put him down." "He likes it," Crummy Matt said. "No, he doesn't," said Dino. "He hates it." "Shut up," said Crummy Matt. "You don't know." He held Blister by his tail, delaying him over to the sidewalk. Blister twisted and squeaked. He hated. "Boy, is he crummy?" said Ben softly. But Ivy was already speeding down the sidewalk. "Matt," she cried. "Matt, don't be cruel." But put the poor thing down. Crummy Matt looked up, surprised. Ivy had never talked to him before. "What?" He swung Blister a little. Ivy clasped her hands together. "Matt, I beg you, put him down. You're harming an innocent creature." The Sophies, Lalina, and Kathy looked hopeful. Even Blister looked hopeful. Dino didn't. "Nobody asked for you soft and affection," said Crummy Matt, "so shut up." Ivy and Ben glanced at each other. It didn't seem like Ivy's goodness was doing much to Crummy Matt. In fact, it seemed like Ivy's goodness was making him mad. Ben thought maybe it was time to leave, but Ivy took a breath. "Matt, you are a really horrible person, but you could change. If you put Blister down, I will be your friend forever." And Ben got ready to run. Crummy Matt carefully put Blister down into the short pocket. Ivy smiled poorly, and Crummy Matt reached out and pulled Ivy's sparkly headband off her hair. "Who says I want to be your friend?" he said, and threw the headband into the street. Then he turned around and went to his house. Ivy was thinking loving things about all living creatures, even disgusting creatures like little sea worms, and a hummingbird whizzed past her head. It was beautiful. Ivy pictured the shimmering creature on her shoulder like a little jewel and held her breath. "Careful, don't move. Think like a hummingbird." She mumbled. "What?" said Ben. Ivy shook her head. "Shh, Ben, The hummingbird darted from the flower to flower. Come on, look at me, thought Ben. See how good I am. The hummingbird came to stop on the stem and turned to look at her thoughtfully. For a second, Ivy was a hummingbird inside. Then, whoosh, the bird zoomed past her head again and disappeared into the blue sky. Ivy was discouraged. The hummingbird hadn't even noticed her poor heart. Her headband was still in the street, was probably going to run over. Ben had told another kids about the birds and the wolf. And now Sophie W., Sophie S., and Lalana and Dino were lined up into the crowd across the pancake court, staring at Ivy. Kathy was there, too, sitting on her paperback, staring at was directly. Ben was directly, too. She was still standing beside Ivy on the lawn. And she was supposed to be holding up the arms for the birds, but she kept bending down to scratch her legs. No bird in its right mind was going to land on Ivy's finger, and Ben have kept on scratching like that. Stop scratching, Ivy whispered. I've got mosquito bites, explained Ben. Want to see? No, said Ivy. She dropped her arms and turned to Ben. Look, Ben, I'm sorry, but don't you think you're concentrating hard enough to get a bird? Hey! Ben felt herself turning red. I'm concentrating. I'm just itchy. She does not, Ivy said. How do you know? Ben yelped. Your heart isn't so poor. That's what. This ladybug here. Ben drabbled her finger through the leaf. Oops! Ben had jabbed too hard. The ladybug had fallen into the leaf and dropped to the ground. Sorry, little ladybug, whispered Ben, hurrying to turn the ladybug right side up. The ladybug scuttled away as fast as he could. Ben jumped down on the grass. I saved her life. That was good. But you knocked her over first, Ivy said. Dump bug, Ben growled, and Ivy looked at her. Wait a minute, she said. What? I'm getting an idea. These, I hope it's more fun than being good, said Ben grumpily. Way more fun, Ivy said. Well, what is it? Asked Ben. Being bad. Okay, it will gonna be Ivy and Ben said and thinks they're doing not fun time. They're not having enough fun time, so they're having the better and very better idea. Being bad. Now they're gonna being bad, so it might be very fun to them. So maybe tomorrow we'll be gonna read all of them, or tomorrow next day. But I will try to read all of them today's afternoon. Okay. Now, did you have fun? You lost English Country, become back with them. Maybe new book and new stories, but maybe this book and this stories too. But you'll be very excited to hear the being bad ideas and being bad to do. So when I read all of them, I'm going to tell you. But when I can't read all of them, then we'll see. together tomorrow, okay? Now, bye-bye everybody and have a nice day. Bye!